Thank you for choosing MTG Burgeoning for your Magic the Gathering content. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and consider becoming a subscriber. Doing so supports the channel and makes you eligible for our various subscriber rewards series. If you would like to support the channel further, then click the link to our Patreon page in the description below. There, you can join our ongoing Pack Wars series as a 1-month supporter or ongoing member. Or try joining Pack Wars for free by commenting on every MTG Burgeoning video in a month. We strive to offer creative rewards through our various Patreon tiers. So if Pack Wars isn't for you, then something else will be. Links to our content and various subscriber rewards series can be found in the description below. Send us an email, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. We are your channel for all things Magic.
Hello and welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic. In today's video, this is not your channel for a deck tech. This is not your channel for a top 10. This is not your channel for a reward series. This is your channel for sitting back, sorting out some Magic the Gathering cards, swapping some stories, and just letting nostalgia reign, baby. This is the Tales from the Metagame series. And last we left off, we were talking about game variants that MTG Burgeoning's metagame participates in. And when we last left off, we talked about how Arch Enemy can become a game variant based on the opening roll of a series. And if you missed any of the previous installments of the Tales from the Metagame series, you can click on the links in the description below, and you'll be right where everyone else is. So, where we left off, let's talk about some of the other game variants that we may play during a night of Magic the Gathering. We talked about how Arch Enemy could happen by rolling consecutive numbers with D20s. We could play a game of Chaos Magic. Now, Chaos Magic is actually a variant that I had put out a video of on this channel, talking about all of the various different things that a chaos game could have. You know, you have 200 different options when you sit down for a game of Chaos Magic. You get a D10 and a D20, and you could search it up. I mean, I can actually leave, you can check it in the archives exactly how to play Chaos Magic. But that's maybe for another video or for a review of past videos of MTG Burgeoning. So in order to play Chaos Magic, which again, everybody keeps the decks that they previously selected, and it just goes from a multiplayer free-for-all to a multiplayer free-for-all with a Chaos sub-theme. In order to play Chaos, the D20s must have numbers that are all between 1 and 5 or 16 through 20. That is how you would play Chaos Magic. So let's say, for example, we have 4 players sitting down for a Magic night, and we have our decks, and we're taking a D20 in order to determine who goes first. All 4 players roll those dice, and if all 4 numbers of those dice land between 1 and 5 or 16 and 20, it can't be 1 and 5 and 16 or 20. It has to be 1 through 5 or 16 through 20. If all players' numbers hit those, if all players' dice hit those numbers, we are playing Chaos, baby. So we pull out all of the sheets of paper because we have our own list of 200 different Chaos things to do. And again, I urge everyone to go check out MTG Burgeoning's Chaos gameplay variant. Every turn you get to roll the Chaos dice before your turn, and whatever you roll determines what you do. 200 different things, a D10 and a D20, and it is wild, man. It is wild. The games definitely go a bit longer, but that's okay because they are a lot of fun. That is the MTG Burgeoning game variant of Chaos Magic. Wonderful times, Chaos Magic. All right, so with that in mind, this is just going to be a quickie. Just kidding. We're going to keep on going. So with the Chaos Magic in mind, let's talk about another one of the game variants that we would play during a Magic night. And again, it's all determined by the rolls of the D20 before a series start. If all players roll prime numbers, if all of the players roll prime numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and I think 19. No, not 1. We don't count 1. My mistake. We don't count 1. I don't think we count 2 either. Actually, we might count 2. I can't remember. Do we count 2 or not? There's been discussion about that. It's been so long since we've been able to play because of the pandemic. Now I don't remember. I want to say we do count 2. It's 2, 3, 5, something like that. Anyways, so if every player rolls a prime number, then the game variant becomes a game of plane chase. Now, we have nearly every plane chase plane and phenomenon that there is in Magic the Gathering. There's a few we're missing. We do not have Tazim. Tazim is one of the planes that, geez, it's been, many moons have passed since the last time I checked the cost of Tazim. But the last time I did, it was like a $35 oversized plane chase card, and I'm like, no, we're gonna pass on that. So we have nearly everything we have nearly all of the planes and phenomenons for playing plane chase. And if all dice come up a prime number, we're playing plane chase. And plane chase is awesome. You get your planar die, you're rolling your planar die, you're going to these different planes, and all the different planes have different effects. That should be cool. I should have a video showcasing all the different planes of plane chase. Maybe I will, or maybe I would have already done that, and this is the video that inspired that idea. Ooh, that'll be something freaky, right, folks? Yeah, so if all numbers come up prime, we are going plane chase. That is what we're doing. All prime numbers are going plane chase. Oh, but we're not done. There's still one more game variant that we could talk about here. If all of the players roll their D20s, and when you add up all the numbers, if they all add up to a multiple of 20, then we play Horde. And when we play Horde, we pull out the Zombie Horde deck. This was another video that we did on the channel way back during the early days. It's in the MTG Burgeoning archives, of course. But the Horde deck, it's how you would play a Horde. It's tons of zombie tokens and some zombie spells. I think it's a 180 card deck, and all players play together and you face against the Horde. And when you're playing the Horde, you have a total life. So if there's 3 players, you have 60 total life. If there's 4 players, you have 80. It's 20 extra life per player. The Horde does not have a life total. They do not have a hand. The only way to beat the Horde is to make sure that you eliminate their entire library of 180 cards and any permanents they may have. Whenever you deal combat damage to the Horde, you have them put those many cards from their library into their graveyard. And how they develop their battlefield, at the beginning of their turn, they reveal the top card of their library. And if it's a token card, they repeat this process. And they continue to repeat this process until they cast a non-token spell. They get to cast spells without using any mana or anything like that. And once they're done, all of their creatures have haste, so they attack us every single turn, and that never changes. They're always attacking. They don't do anything but attack. And it's pretty wild. So you gotta work together with your team, try to defeat the Horde. Sometimes we'll beat the Horde, other times we won't. We have put together a very competitive Horde deck because, well, honestly, we want to be able to be challenged if there's those many players against a deck that's just whipping out tokens and creature spells and other spells too. So that's the Horde variant. That could be a discussion for another time. Maybe we can, a rehashing of the Horde series. That would be pretty cool. Again, maybe this will be the inspiration for another MTG Burgeoning video series. And that's pretty much it as it goes to the dice. Oh, there is one more. There is one more little twist that we add to the rolling of the dice, and that is the players that are sitting down, if every single player who rolls for the series, if every single player rolls a 20, then whoever has a birthday in the most near future, I'm really butchering this explanation. Let me try this again. So if every player who's sitting down rolls their d20 and everybody rolls a 20, whoever's player's birthday is next has to buy dinner. That has happened. And that has been pretty sweet. That's rare. I think that's only happened twice. But still, that's a nice little thing that we added to our play group in order to, make it a little more interesting. Good times. Great times. Missed those times. Hopefully by the time this video is out there, we'll be back to those times. Anyways, for today, this is Tales from the Metagame. And this is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic.